These chapters gave us a lot of things that I didn't know until now that we needed, but I'm so glad we're getting. What's up, everyone? Thank you so very much for clicking on this video. My name is Lou, and today we're going to be going over chapters 1075 and 1076 of One Piece and the continuation of the Egghead Island arc. Keep in mind, there will be spoilers for both chapters in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please click out now. I don't want to spoil anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled or who hasn't already read the chapter. In any case, just please leave. I don't mind. It's okay. But with that out of the way, let's stop kicking the tires and dive right into what happened. We start this chapter off with the comms just messing up. Nobody's able to hear one another, and they see a big explosion happening on screen. At least Shaka does. And he's like, what is that? And he's not sure what exactly happened. As soon as he's trying to use the transponder snail to look into the room, some shadowy figure reaches out and destroys it. We don't know who this person is or if they're a Vegapunk or not, but apparently this person has been planning this setup for a while. Because not only are they trapped in a dome, but now their comms and their visuals are gone. So they're basically in their blind. At this point, the group with York, Lilith, Frankie, Usopp, they run into Pythagoras' body at this point. He's heavily damaged. They're thinking he died. You think his head came off. But thankfully, that's not the case. He wobbles in there, with his detached head, in little feet. York sees Seraphim Snake, or S-Snake, the boa Seraphim, just standing there, not doing anything, just wondering oh, that's weird. But she goes to approach her and she's just a cute little kid. She's like, oh, you're a cute kid. What are you doing by yourself? At this point, the Seraphim uses Boa Hancock's power that, I don't know how to do it. She completely petrified this is a York Vegapunk. And this just sets everything off, because after she does that and knocks her over to the side, she proceeds to blast the rest of the group with a laser beam. It just happens out of nowhere, and they fall down to another level of that lab, and they're wondering what's going on. Lilith is super confused because even though she's the evil, she's like, what's going on? Why is the Seraphim attacking? Who gave the Seraphim orders? At that same time, Luffy, after walking to the lab to talk to Shaka about his headphones not working, he's not able to hear everybody communicating anymore. And he has to throw it out there, he didn't break the headphones. Luffy being that guy, he's always like, no, look, I didn't do it. This time I didn't break your equipment. S-Snake and S-Bear are attacking Zoro and CP0 for some reason. Somebody gave them orders to attack. Shaka says cease and desist, you need to give this up, but they don't listen to him. So this furthers his suspicions that it's a Vegapunk that ordered the Seraphim to attack. S-Hawk and S-Bear, they do the mixture between a mouth beam and World's Strongest Slash. And it makes this planetoid explosion, which is really dope. It looks super cool. But Zoro and Luffy take CP0 and Shaka, and they move out of the way. And Zoro says something along the lines of, we let these guys die, it's gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth. And it kind of struck me as odd, but then again, it's Zoro. Zoro's not the type of dude to just let some, he is a killer. He has killed. Zoro's just not the kind of guy to let somebody down his watch, especially somebody who's defenseless. But they're not defenseless for too long, because Kaku and Lucci actually wake up and they say, hey, unleash our handcuffs, we'll come in and help you. The face that Luffy and Zoro make, it is the best, and it's one of the best aspects of One Piece. I love art styles where they can really display the funky faces that people make, because everybody, I don't care who you are, and you'll see it on screen obviously, but everybody has had that disgusted, shocked face. That, imagine somebody saying something really stupid or something really just out of this world outrageous, and you just going what were you thinking? How would you think that was gonna work? So 1076 picks up where 1075 left off, with our guys in the main lab, basically trying to defend themselves from the Seraphim. At this point, we get more confirmation of the Seraphim's power, because Seraphim Mihawk does this dice super kick. This basically looks like a Tempest kick. They're having this argument in the middle of this fight, mind you, about should we let them out. And Kaku's like, hey, you know what? If you let me out, I'll help you with these Seraphim. Take care of them, and you can lock me back up. He's completely on board to play on the team. That's why I like Kaku the most. He's my favorite CP0 or CP agent. He's a cool dude. I like his design. I like his obnoxious love of giraffes, even though he never talked about giraffe. Whatever. Lucci is nah, I'm not about that. Lucci's just being a dick. Look, Lucci's mad because Lucci got embarrassed by Luffy the second time, and now he got embarrassed by Stussy. So he's on a 0-3 right now. Technically, he's just not doing well at all. He's real pissed. At which point, Luffy is like, you know what? He's like, what about this? You can't beat me. And this is what I like. Luffy just flat out says, look, man, you can't beat me. If I release your handcuffs, you'll help me out, and you won't go after my friend. Zoro's like, he's not gonna fall for that. He's like, don't bait him like that. And Lucci says, yeah, I won't go after your friends because I'm gonna kill you. Then I'll go after your friends, but I'm not gonna go after them until you're dead. Which is like the emptiest of threats. To me, Rob Lucci is just another smoker. That's how I feel. Because Smoker was so hyped in the pre-time skip, and so was Rob Lucci, obviously. They were so hyped in the pre-time skip, and they were so dangerous. But now that we enter the new world, I know a lot of guys have Rob Lucci in their top 20. He's in maybe my top 30. I don't think he's as strong as people give him credit. But then Luffy does decide, yeah, let's go ahead and unlock him. And they unlock him, and then they form these tag teams. They form these tag teams, and it's Luffy and Lucci versus S-Bear, and it's Kaku and Zoro versus S-Hawk. The 6 King pistol with the King Kong gun for Luffy and Lucci, and then for Zoro you had basically stock standard onigiri and then Tempest kicked, which is cool. And I like the fact that they beat the Seraphim like outright. This kind of like confirms something I always thought. Like everybody talks so highly of the Seraphim, like, oh, they're the strongest humanoids. Like we created the perfect weapon. And like granted, I mean they have like some of the best like attributes. I feel like people hype these characters up without really understanding their strength. And that's something that's always bothered me in One Piece, that we just see a character on screen for like maybe, or on page for maybe like 3 or 4 quick panels of them beating up somebody who are either wounded or something. And that's my beef with Green Bull. We're not getting to that. Let's move past that. We move off the Egghead and we go into a bar where this kid is asking Shanks, hey, I want to join your crew, I want to join your crew. It's basically a mirror of what Luffy was doing back in like, you know, chapter 1 or whatever chapter it was when they first met. I think it might have been chapter 2, whatever. And the kids get denied outright by Shanks, and he goes up to the bar, which is weird. They got a lot of kids in bars. They just do whatever they want, whatever. Rockstar walks to the bar and says, hey, we're under attack. They keep attacking the ships, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so anyway, Shanks is just vibing. He's not really worried about anything. He's talking to his crewmates, you know, just kind of like just chilling. This is where you know we're in the end game, because like Dory and Broggy are reintroduced to the series. Like it's been, what, hundreds upon hundreds of chapters since we last saw them. I don't even remember them like that well. I know they're giants and they were like fighting over like who caught the bigger like fish. It's been so long, I forgot they existed. There's so many characters that you just forget about. We find out that Shanks and his crew are on Elbath. Like he's on Elbath and kids on are approaching Elbath. And he decides, yeah, let's go handle the situation. But he says, you know, before we do that, he actually asked Rockstar to send a message to Kid. And Rockstar wants a message. Shanks, being as cool as he can be, just says like, look, he has 2 options. He can stand and fight and get beaten into a pulp, or he can leave his road poneglyphs and dip. No harm, no foul. At this point, we cut the Kid, and Killer's basically like, hey man, you remember what happened last time? We got like bullied last time pretty badly. And he just goes, yeah, I won't forget. You know, he's touching his arm. Killer even states like, we didn't even get to see red hair last time. So what's changed really? And Kid's just kind of cocky because, you know, Kid is Luffy without the plot behind him. But he's basically like, yeah, that was last time. Things are going to change now. They probably won't. The way that the people of Elbath are acting when Shanks is just walking, just leaving the bar and doing his own thing. And people are like fawning over him, losing their mind, talking about paying tribute, simping for him, whatever you want to call it. It really shows that maybe Oda is like making a little bit of fun of the fan base. I say that because, like, let's be real. Anytime Shanks is on screen, and granted, Shanks is dope. Shanks is top 3 in the verse, easy. But like, every time he's on screen, everybody loses their mind. I mean, I get it, he's cool, but like, the way that people act when Shanks is on screen is like next level crazy. People think Shanks is the next coming of Christ. I'm just gonna say it. It's weird, but that's what people are into. But now we got Shanks versus Kid coming, and yeah, it's gonna be hype. Maybe it will be hype, maybe it won't, because let's be honest, it's probably gonna be skipped over, just like the Lost fight getting skipped over right now. So everybody has the thought in their head like, oh, it's gonna be a wash. Blackbeard and Shanks are gonna get their road poneglyphs and move on. I'm more concerned with the fact that it's gonna be skipped over. We're not gonna get any like resolution, like what really happened with Kid. And I know Oda has a lot of moving parts in his story, but I just want him to like kind of focus in on other characters, because that's the beauty of One Piece, for me at least. One Piece is a one series where you don't have to focus on the main cast or the main group of like characters. You can focus somewhere else and it'll entertain everybody. I just love the interaction between the characters outside the Straw Hats, and I want to see more of that. And maybe, you know, we move away from Egghead, because like I said before, Egghead to me is just Punk Hazard 2.0. I said it. I mean, I can't be the only one thinking it. Thank you so very much for watching this video to the very end. I greatly appreciate it if you leave a like, a comment maybe, as well as subscribing to this channel. I want to grow this channel, so if you will be so kind as to do all that, I'll be greatly appreciative. Thank you so much, and take care.